G'day World Wide Web, Lou Dub of Staying the Distance, the Melbourne Cup Channel. Today it's the Tancred Stakes Preview around the world. It's a super day of racing though. On the 28th of March we've got the Dubai World Cup plus action from out of Melbourne that includes the Australian Cup and the Roy Higgins, which is a Melbourne Cup qualifier. So the first of the Melbourne Cup golden tickets being issued tomorrow, 28th of March. Don't forget also there was some news regarding golden tickets announced earlier this week. There was the Preamble announced as another of the Melbourne Cup golden ticket races earlier in the week. But let's get stuck into the Tancred Stakes Preview right away. Here's the full field. It's the 4-year-old mare Aeliana, favourite at $1.80, fresh off her Ranvet win, and Dubai Honour, defending champ, the next popular pick. These odds courtesy of Palmer Bet at 3:30 p.m. Friday, 27th of March. Here's a look at the track map at Rosehill. The runners have just under 400 metres to the first turn. It's a 408 metre straight. The rail is going to be out 5 metres. This usually favours on-pace runners, and I'm doing the form in anticipation of a soft 6 or soft 7. Saturday is forecast to be totally dry, but as of 2 p.m. on Friday, the 27th of March, Sydney time, Rosehill has taken 18 mils in the last 7 days. Check the video description for links to where I get my weather forecast and live weather updates for the track itself. On screen we're looking at some of the greatest names in Australian racing history down there at the Tancred Legends, but the full winners list doesn't scream champions, to be honest. One of the reasons I've chosen to preview this race is that I think of it as an unofficial Melbourne Cup golden ticket though, because the winner does get a boost to their official rating, which invariably results in the Melbourne Cup handicapper putting that horse inside the top 10 of the Melbourne Cup order of entry. Now a quick squiz at the path of previous race winners. Feel free to pause the screen. Now just using this as a guide though, you'd be siding with Aeliana. Dubai Honour will be attempting to make history by winning for a second time and joining those legends of racing, Octagonal and Tie the Knot. We're about to go through the field from 1 to 8, but a little guide to the form that is displayed on screen. Races that were run on a heavy track appear in a brown font, those on soft appear in blue font, etc, etc. As always, go and check out one of my recommended race guides before placing a bet. Number 1, Dubai Honour. Well, he's the poor man's Rebel's Romance, a horse I do love. He travels the world with a degree of success. He's won the Tancred Stakes, the Queen Elizabeth, the Prix de Saint-Cloud in France. Actually, since winning the Tancred last year, he's won just 1 from 6 starts. In September, he finished second to Goliath in Germany on soft ground and second to Convergent in France on soft ground as well. Never too far away, but his most recent 2 runs were on synthetic tracks in England after the training team aborted a trip to Hong Kong. Basically, a bet on him is a bet on William Haggas's judgment. Number 2 is Vauban. We all know this guy's history with the Melbourne Cup. He bounced back from his 6th in last year's Cup with a win, first up in the 2,000 metre Sky High Stakes 2 weeks ago. The training team have decided to duplicate last year's autumn campaign, bouncing from a Sky High Stakes win into the Group 1 Tancred. He managed 3rd last year behind Dubai Honour and Duke de Sessa. There's not much to say he can't do that again this year. Number 3, Soul of Spain. Well, this Chris Waller trained gelding has been building throughout the prep. First off, it was a 9 lengths 9th over the unsuitable 1400 metres, 5 lengths 4th over 1600 metres, then just under a length from victory in the Sky High Stakes behind Vauban. I like the look of this. They've got him nommed for the Sydney Cup, but note his 2025 spring campaign included a win in the Group 3 Newcastle Cup, a 2nd in the Group 1 Metropolitan, then 3rd in the ATC St Ledger. He's a threat, this guy. He hasn't raced on a surface worse than soft 5 in Australia, but he's had some placings in soft and heavy in Ireland. Valiant King. Well, he had so many of us excited last year with a barnstorming win in the Group 3 Bart Cummings over 2500, plus an eye-catching 3rd in the Caulfield Cup. But after failing in the Melbourne Cup, it looks like the 6-year-old has gone back to not trying. I can't trust him. Number 6 is Zarir. This gelding has been an abject failure for Chris Waller since arriving last year and running in the Tancred, then Sydney Cup. In those races he was 9th and 7th respectively. He was off the track in the spring, and since returning he's finished last in the Parramatta Cup and last in the Sky High Stakes. Don't do it. Number 7 is River of Stars. She was a gallant 3rd in the Sydney Cup, 2nd in the Caulfield Cup, 4th in the Melbourne Cup. She was 4 1/4 lengths behind Vauban in the recent Sky High Stakes, but that was a little shorter than this race. If we get a genuine tempo, she could pick up a minor placing. Number 8, Piggyback, another one that's set for the Sydney Cup. One of 2 mares in the race. She was good winning the Parramatta Cup 2 starts back, but she did look a little disappointing, finishing 4th to Campaldino and Athabaskan in the Randwick City Stakes over 2,000 metres, when there was a decent tempo set by Aeliana in that race. Zach Lloyd jumps on board for this race. His first ride of Piggyback, or his first race ride of Piggyback. He did ride her in a trial in 2024. Number 9, Aeliana, is the favourite after a determined win in the 2,000 metre Randvet just last week, Group 1 level. Chris Waller doesn't do 1 week backups too often. She must have recovered convincingly for him to do this, but he's also guided by the fact that if she lines up in the Queen Elizabeth, she would meet Autumn Glow. So she has run the 1.5 miles before when she won the ATC Derby last year at Randwick, and she did demolish them that day. She won by 5 lengths. Yep, I can't see Aeliana running past Dubai Honour in the straight, but I'm not confident enough to go all out on him. Rail is out 5 metres, so they're all going to want to be near the pace. My suggestion is to include River of Stars in a flexi first 4 bet. She is likely to be the leader, and hopefully Jason Collett just amps things up from about 1,000 metres out. And using the tab bet calculator, you can see that having Dubai Honour and Aeliana in those first 3 placings, then River of Stars and Soul of Spain filling 2nd to 4th, finally Vauban picking up the other 2 boxes, 3rd and 4th. We pay $28 to receive 100% of the dividend, and that's what is called a flexi first 4. That's my recommendation for this race.
Will commence again if you try to take our firearms.